SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flo.
In the headlines, CTO Caribbean Sustainable Conference officially opens here today with an appeal for the further development of community-based tourism. Political commentator expresses concerns that TNT loose definition of sedition opens the door for serious civil rights abuse. Queen approved UK government request to suspend Parliament ahead of Brexit deadline. And in sports, Jamaican sprint star tests positive for banned drug. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flo.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Wednesday, August the 28th, 2019. I am Bhavin Oliver with the details. The use of technology, the importance of the community, and the need for sustainable development are some of the issues being examined at the Caribbean Tourism Authority's Sustainable Development Conference, which officially opened here today at the Beachcombers Hotel. We hear more on the opening ceremony in this report. Sustainability allows for any sector to bring benefits to its stakeholders, both in the long and short term, and tourism stakeholders from across the region and further afield are meeting here in SVG to discuss the issue of sustainability in the tourism product in their respective countries. The delegates at the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Conference on Sustainable Tourism over the next few days will be engaged in a number of activities, including media tours, which will give them the opportunity to view firsthand SVG's unique natural resources. The sessions of the conference are crafted in a way to expand the knowledge of the participants on issues such as community-based tourism, development models for social integration, the natural environment, and the threat of climate change. Although the CEO of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, Neil Walters, was unable to be in SVG for the conference due to the passage of Tropical Storm Dorian, he used technology to deliver his remarks to the participants. In his presentation, Walters said though tourism is the lifeblood of many countries in the region, at many times it has not been in sync with the environment. Walters said as such, the CTO conference can serve as a platform to promote sustainable development of the region's tourism product.
Conferences like this one are very relevant as they provide platforms for the dissemination of good practices which can, if properly implemented, help to bridge the gap and ensure a symbiotic relationship between the tourism industry and the environment in which it functions. In this region, like other regions of the world, tourism taps into several different resources, not just the sun, sea, and sand. No more than ever before, visitors are collectors of experiences, and not just any experience, but an authentic experience.
To deliver remarks at the opening ceremony was the Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Tourism Authority, Glenn Beach, who said the Caribbean Tourism Organization is an important institution for the region and highlighted areas of partnership SVG has and will be engaged in with the authority.
We'll be working with Barbados on a new cruise ship initiative. We'll be working with Grenada and St. Lucia on marketing some of our yachting facilities as yachting destinations. As much as we're in competition with each other, we still have to work with each other. And I want to say this and make it clear that I'm very happy with what CTO has done in terms of pushing and educating tourism and making that. And I am of the firm belief that CTO should, if any marketing initiatives take place, should remain with CTO.
Delivering the feature address at the opening ceremony was Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who said sustainable development is a key part of his administration's functions, which can be seen in his thrust in areas of education and renewable energy. PM Gonsalves said climate change, resource scarcity, the aging society, growing inequality, and artificial intelligence are problems which will affect the tourism product in member states. He used a historical example to highlight the possible implications of artificial intelligence and called on all leaders to work together to address this and other problems which could hamper tourism.
And Ford said to the union leader, "Walter, what do you think about these robots? When we have more of them and the whole place is filled with them, who will pay your union dues?" Ford was looking at the question of getting rid of the union. And the union leader said to him, "Henry, who will buy your cars?" In that formulation, we see the challenges which lie ahead for all of us in life, work, and production.
Tomorrow, the delegates at the CTO conference will continue their deliberations on building sustainable tourism products across member states. For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Babin Oliver.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the SVG Tourism Authority, Glenn Beach, said it is crucial for communities to be involved and reap the benefits of tourism. Beach was at the time speaking on the community-based tourism at today's opening ceremony of the Caribbean Tourism Organization's conference.
Of water in the Caribbean, the communities must feel it. They must be able to manage different sites. They must be trained. And no matter what we say, the object of what we do is to make sure that visitors leave as much money in the country as possible. And that's putting it bluntly. And what makes it even harder is that we're not just up against each other in the Caribbean. We're up against every other country in the world. I'm going to show a bit of my age here right now, because in the 70s, nobody would have believed that Vietnam would have been a world player in tourism, but they are. And every country has realized what tourism brings to their economic standing.
Government-owned and assisted schools across the country have been receiving upgrades under the annual Upgrading of School Premises project. The project has been implemented by the Roads, Buildings and General Services Authority, BRACSA, under the supervision of the Ministry of Transport and Works. BRACSA's Chief Executive Officer, Ken Bartholomew, explained the nature of the work done.
So far, we are going quite smoothly. The works include roofing works, major roofs in some cases, areas where we recognize that the school is leaking, and although it's not part of the scope that we have to do works on the roof, because we cannot replace ceiling if the roof is leaking, or fix electrical if there's problem with the roof. So major works in a lot of schools with doors. We did replacing of doors, windows, we did tiling. We're doing a lot of plumbing works in practically all the schools, because we know the issues with plumbing, especially in the primary schools and so forth. And even with this program, which the assessment was done way before we started this program, the extent of the scope has changed significantly to show that there's always damage to the furnitures, to the plumbing, to the lighting fixtures. So there's always repairs that we have to do. So we are doing this.
With just a few more days before the reopening of schools across the country, Bartholomew gave the assurance that the contractors are working assiduously to get the schools ready for the start of the new academic year.
Now we have entered into contracts with about 97 contractors, and in the Grenadines though, we have entered into full contracts, while on the mainland we are mainly with labor contracts. And These contractors, I must commend them. They're doing a pretty good job, working weekends, working late hours, just pushing to make up for the time that we have lost and the time that they have committed to on the contracts to get these works done. As I said, work is progressing quite smoothly. There were some delays initially with logistics, especially for materials, because delivering materials to over 90 schools, right, at the same time can have some challenges. In addition to that, the hardware that a few in the country were overwhelmed.
Over $6 million Eastern Caribbean dollars have been invested in the upgrade of school premises this year, as compared to $1.3 million in 2017 and $1.4 million in 2018. In light of this investment in the school repair program, the Ministry of Education is appealing to key stakeholders to take care of schools and all the educational resources. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Michael Burke, said teachers and principals are to take great responsibility to assist the ministry in ensuring that the facilities are kept in an optimal condition.
I'm sure for the persons who view social media, there was a video being circulated of a student taking a piece of furniture and throwing that piece of furniture from one story to the next. And the furniture was damaged. And it is these callous acts that the Ministry of Education is very much concerned about. So the question that will be asked, what measures can we put in place to address these issues and other issues relating to the upkeep of the facilities and the furnitures.
Burke said there are consequences from the Education Act, Section 145, which can be used against any person who damaged school property.
And it says a student who willfully damages or destroys school's property or the property of any person lawfully on the school premises commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $500. If he or she is under the age of 16 years, or if he or she is 16 years of age or older, to such fine or to imprisonment for 3 months or both. The court before which a student referred to in subsection 1 is tried may order the parent of that student to pay compensation for the destruction or damage caused without affecting subsection 2. Nothing in this section or section 143, 144 and 145 shall affect the application of the Juvenile Offenders Act to a student who is under the age of 16. In summary, it speaks about the administering of a fine of $500 for damages to school property or imprisonment.
Burke said that the punishment would be too harsh on parents and students, so the Ministry of Education will be taking alternative measures to maintain the facilities, which will include a reward system that awards the best kept schools throughout the year.
We've had numerous discussions on this issue, and we are looking at the possibility of having a reward system, which would speak also to an awards program. So the reward is that we're looking to revive the best school competition, the best kept school competition, the best led school. These are some of the categories we're looking at. And we are trying to identify suitable criteria so we can judge fairly, so we can reward fairly, and there will be consenting voices and not dissenting voices. And at the end of the academic year, we can see the benefits of using rewards instead of punishment. So I reiterate, the best school competition, the best kept school facility, the best led school, perhaps even categories are the best teacher using objective criteria. Those are some of the things that we have to consider.
Chief Education Officer Elizabeth Walker says other strategies will also be adopted to influence positive behaviors and prevent damage to school property.
When behavior problems have posed an ongoing challenge to the safety and the productive environment of schools. Some students come from homes without the social skills to relate to their school and even to relate to a positive school environment. I think we as a ministry would need to focus more on working with these students, have a proactive approach instead of a reactive approach, to identify the students early and to have programs that can assist in developing their social skills, which some of them would not have come to the institution with.
The police here are investigating a report of attempted murder made by a 32-year-old resident of Green Hill against some unknown person or persons. According to the investigations, the assailant, allegedly with intent to commit the offense of murder, shot the complainant about his body with a gun. The incident occurred at around 9:30 p.m. yesterday. The police are also investigating a report of robbery made by a 40-year-old resident of Petit Bedell against two known assailants of the same address. According to the report, the virtual complainant, the assailant allegedly robbed him of 90 EC dollars in cash, and at the time of doing so, put him in fear by pointing a gun at him. The incident occurred at Petit Bedell at around 9 a.m. on Monday. The police are soliciting information that will aid in the arrest and prosecution of the offenders. To contact the Assistant Commissioner in charge of crime at 1784-456-1339 or the officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department at 1784-456-1810 or any police station or police officer that they feel comfortable with. All information they say will be treated with the strictest confidentiality. The nation's youth challenged to never rest until their good is better. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Local news sponsored in part by Flow.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life, that doesn't make it any easier. When dealing with the loss of a loved one, you may try to be strong, but it's really hard sometimes. But that's just when the experience of the staff at New Haven Funeral Home can demonstrate their compassion and help to guide your family through the difficult time. So in your time of loss, call the New Haven Funeral Home at 457-1830 or 458-1467 or email newhavenfuneralhome@gmail.com. New Haven Funeral Home, SVG's preferred funeral home.
Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. Sea Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktops, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The nation's youth have been challenged to never rest until their good is better and their better is best. This encouragement comes from Deputy Chairman of the Scholarship Committee of the General Employees Cooperative Credit Union, GECU, Ronnie Daniel, who was speaking at the credit union's 8th Annual Youth Leadership Symposium, which opened today at the Anglican Pastoral Center under the theme, Live Purposefully, Embrace Creativity. Daniel told the participants at the end of the symposium that they should leave with an energized feeling that they can change the world and make humanity much better and take ownership of their life and education.
Life can indeed be risky, or is risky, depending on where you sit. But the thought also came to me that while life can be risky, the risk is greater or greatest if you're not prepared for it or you don't understand it at all. But one of the surest ways of minimizing that risk that you may experience as a student, as a full teenager, as a young adult, as an adult, as a professional, as an academic, both in terms of your personal and academic development or professional development, one of the surest ways of navigating these experiences or the risk is by taking ownership for your own personal and professional development. Your presence here today signals that you are taking your own development seriously. You are here because you are the best of the best.
Daniel further advised the participants that upon achieving success, they should not be ungrateful to persons whom have given them a helping hand along the way, and that they should also find ways to give back to the community from where they came.
You've done well when you have done all you can do to make your life better and life for others better. Remember there are persons who helped you along the way. And so it is important that you give back to the community from which you came. And I'm not necessarily talking about money. That's important. But give of your time, of your expertise, wherever you are in the world. Remember those who have been supportive, whether through this Geku family or your immediate family or your community. Give back something of your time, your resources, and your professional advice to this country or to this region that you are part of.
Director of Geku Colin Sam reminded participants of the symposium theme. They've purposefully embraced creativity and encouraged them to not only focus on their academics, but also let their creative works be a part of their life.
When I was in grammar school, the program that was offered to us lacked creativity. So we couldn't think outside of the box. We were told that, you know what, you want to make something in life, be a doctor or a lawyer, be an engineer. All right? We are now trying to equip you with the resources, with the knowledge, with the know-how. Yes, be resolved in your academics, study hard, but embrace creativity. As Shanti said, think outside of the box. And who best epitomizes that is our featured speaker. She's a scholar, yes, she's bright like 10, 15 label, but she's also a designer. You understand? And not just any PR designer. Her clothing line does make money. You of us. So, she has lived or is living purposefully because she is also an executive at Couriers, and everybody who knows Couriers, they just pay good. You understand? So, she is living purposefully, but she has also embraced what her creativity has done for her.
And former Geku scholar Odini Sutherland encouraged the participants to use their creative talent to make an impact in society. Sutherland, who is a designer, said being creative involves imagination and coming up with original ideas to create things, and that she is fortunate to live in a region where it is okay to think outside the box. However, she noted that there are challenges also in being creative.
A lot of obstacles would pop up when you decide you want to do something creative with your life. The ones I got the most, that is nonsense. It's not a real job. What are you doing? You're wasting your time. These are the things that you hear. And usually it's from the people that are very close to you, which makes it hurt a little bit more. And we can understand where they're coming from because they want us to do well. And in the past, the jobs that tend to do well are the lawyers, the doctors, the engineers, the businessmen, that sort of thing. So they're coming from that area where it's actually their way of showing love to you, but it's limiting because of their fear of what might happen to you. And it's unfortunate because there's so many creative people who then diminish what they have inside because of what they're being told by those around us. And it's unfair.
Sutherland said she is happy that art and creativity are now part of the extracurricular activities in schools because studies have shown their importance in skills development.
The study of art, the study of creative things actually increases your motor skills, it increases your language learning abilities, and it also helps you become a creative problem solver, which is something in this advancing world you need to be, because the thinking straight like that now no longer applies because there's so much technology and so much things happening. You need to be able to think like this, and you need to think sometimes when you don't have the actual resources you need to be able to figure out, okay, how do we fix this? This doesn't work, we need to find something else to do. And so studying in a creative industry kind of actually helps to create such things like that. Art is also a direct linkage to our culture, because most of our culture is some form of creativity. Our biggest example, I guess, for us would be like carnival. And I guess directly you'd see like mask making, and not like beads and feathers, like the actual traditional bands that actually create these costumes. These guys build these things from like cardboard, and then you see them on the road and you're like, wow.
District 81 of Toastmasters International has announced Tamira Brown as the new director of Area 21. Her appointment will run from July 2019 to June 2020, and she will preside over the operations of 3 clubs in SVG: Achievers Toastmasters Club, Imperial Champions Toastmasters Club, and the Creative Thinkers Toastmasters Club. Brown, who also holds the designation of Advanced Communicator Gold and Advanced Leadership Silver in Toastmasters International, will be responsible for providing support to clubs for all members, overall development of their communication and leadership skills. In addition, she will serve as the chairperson of the Area Council. The Area Council will assist in providing a supportive and positive learning experience in which members and prospective members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills. Political commentator expresses concern that TNT Lou's definition of sedition opens the door for serious civil rights abuse. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
At RE/MAX, we know you want to sell your property at top dollar and as fast as possible. To help you sell at top dollar, all of our agents are trained to negotiate the highest possible price for your property. And to sell as fast as possible, our agents can access over 120,000 agents around the globe, which results in more potential buyers. This is why nobody in the world sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Contact your RE/MAX agent today and get your property sold.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors. Children under 3, we're here for your convenience. Prescription services, leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we hear that Trinidad and Tobago's political commentator Ralph Mirage said politicians in the country need to be cautious when accusing others of sedition when their comments differ from the government's. Speaking on CNC3's Morning Brew program, Mirage said the political climate in TNT at the moment is worrying and that warns that if the ruling People's National Movement and the United National Congress continue on the path they are on, they could pay a serious political price in the upcoming general election. He also expressed concern that TNT loose definition of sedition opens the door for serious civil rights abuse. We hear more in this report.
Ralph Mirage argues that the Watson Duke situation is only the latest of several in which outspoken opinion leaders have been accused by the Raleigh administration of sedition. According to Mr. Mirage, the definition outlined in the Constitution is too broad and needs to be tightened up.
And it provides opportunity for arbitrary application by a government against opponents. If the law states, for example, if you raise discontent or disaffection among inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, now that is very wide. And so, you know, politicians say things in the political arena as we're coming towards election. You will have people could be accused of that.
And with regard to recent revelations that the Prime Minister sought to remove East Indians from the SSA, which he's categorically denied, Mr. Mirage says we need to wait and see exactly what rebuttal Carlton Rennie has on the matter. Mr. Mirage notes that all political parties have a tendency to play the race card during a heated election season, but he warns this latest salvo from a UNC platform could backfire on that party.
If he's not able to handle the response of Dr. Rowley and Mr. Dillon, it is his credibility more than anything else that will be said. But I think also that if he's not able to answer the refutation by Dr. Rowley, Mrs. Pasagitas and the UNC could experience some negative fallout, yes.
And on the recent changes at the State Energy Holding Company, Mr. Mirage says new chairman Michael Quamina may be too closely aligned to the political directorate. He also argues the post should have gone to someone with tremendous experience in the international energy industry.
We need to find oil, we need to be producing oil, we need to find gas. The competition, as I wrote in my article on Sunday, for our LNG is coming and coming in a very strong way with the Arctic ice melting and Russia uncovering the vast resources there and so on. We need to have somebody who can lead the charge to make Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector competitive.
The Guyana Elections Commission, GCOM, yesterday announced that the house-to-house registration exercise will come to an end this Saturday, August the 31st. The decision to end the house-to-house exercise was made by the chairperson of GCOM, Justice Paulette Singh, and announced at the Commission's statutory meeting yesterday. GCOM has indicated that the data gathered from the house-to-house registration will be merged with the existing National Register of Registrants database. We hear more in this news source report.
The Commission said it has acknowledged that a no-confidence motion passed in the National Assembly on the 21st of December last year triggered a number of legal challenges in the local courts and concluded with a ruling by the Caribbean Court of Justice. It said cognizant of all that has transpired over the past months, the Elections Commission has an obligation to produce a credible official list of electors in the first instance and ultimately credible elections within the shortest possible time. The Commission added that the Elections Commission chairman has instructed that the house-to-house registration exercise comes to an end and that the data garnered so far be merged with the existing National Register of Registrants. The Commission will also be moving to have an extensive claims and objections period before extracting the preliminary list of electors. The Elections Commission has indicated that it will continue to further deliberate on other matters of importance for the holding of general and regional elections within the shortest possible time, and its Secretariat will continue to implement a number of operation activities, in particular training of polling day staff and the procurement of non-sensitive materials. Queen
approved UK's government request to suspend Parliament ahead of Brexit deadline. This from the international scene when we return. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
It's here, the family of EC Polymer Notes, our new money.
Here's what you can do to ensure your EC Polymer notes remain clean and last longer. Dry wet notes with cloth or paper towel. Wipe soiled notes with a damp cloth. You can carry your notes in your wallet, purse, or pocket. However, avoid creasing, crumpling, or stapling your polymer note. If by accident your polymer note gets tumbled in the washing machine or dryer, you can take out the creases by smoothing the note with your hand. Do not iron your polymer note. New polymer notes may cling together. You can loosen them by tapping the notes against a hard surface or shuffling them.
EC Polymer Notes, our new money. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Let's face it, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes things go wrong, and sometimes things break. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, Gibson's Building Supplies has what you need. So it doesn't matter if it's heavy hardware or light hardware, we've got it all. So whether you can or you can't, we've got something you need. So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz-ready finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
Let's go further afield now. The UK Parliament will be suspended just days after MPs return to work in September, and only a few weeks before the Brexit deadline. Prime Minister Boris Johnson said a Queen's speech would take place after the suspension on October the 14th to outline his very exciting agenda. The move enraged lawmakers, including many from Johnson's own Conservative Party, who will now have far less time to try to stop him from delivering a Brexit without any agreement in place with the EU. We hear more in this report.
The constitutional outrage accusations are coming from the Remain camp, but actually this is the Remain camp within Boris Johnson's own party. The other criticisms from within his own party are unprecedented, undemocratic. Without doubt, the battle lines on Brexit have been drawn deeper. Boris Johnson, if you will, sort of going to a much stronger, viewed as a war footing on this. What became very clear yesterday with the meeting of the opposition was that they would move move to block Boris Johnson's efforts at a potential for a no-deal Brexit once Parliament began session. And it seems very clear that he has reacted and responded to that. So the criticism from the Remainers within his own party, but from the opposition party, the language has been even stronger. It's being called a British coup, a coup against Parliament, or as how some in the Labour Party, opposition Labour Party, have responded. And the leader of the Labour Party spoke a little time ago, Jeremy Corbyn, outlining how he sees Boris Johnson's move and what his plans are to try to defeat it.
Suspending Parliament is not acceptable. It's not on. What the Prime Minister's doing is a sort of smash and grab on our democracy in order to force through a no-deal exit from the European Union. What's he so afraid of that he needs to suspend Parliament to prevent Parliament discussing these matters? So when Parliament does meet on his timetable very briefly next week, the first thing we'll do is attempt legislation to prevent what he's doing, and secondly, we'll challenge him on a motion of confidence at some point.
But what Boris Johnson's move does do is strengthen Boris Johnson's hand in his negotiations with the European Union. One of the things, as you know, Julia, that undermined his predecessor, Theresa May, was a belief in Brussels that Parliament would block the sort of no-deal, the hardline Brexit path. Boris Johnson has certainly created the understanding, both in Britain and in Europe, that this is what he intends to do. But if Brussels was thinking that Parliament could stop him on that track, this move by Johnson now potentially will make them rethink that, and that his threat is real. Does that actually mean that they're going to back down in their negotiation position at the moment, which is the withdrawal agreement as it stands, no changes? Boris Johnson, of course, demanding changes. At the moment, the EU saying that this is a British matter. They are standing firm.
Well, that's the news. Sports are just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Caress Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents, and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Caress Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Let's now take a look at the local weather conditions. Partly cloudy. Winds calm. Temperature at 28.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 82%. Barometric pressure 13.2 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 3.2 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 30.3 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 25.8 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:18 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:53 a.m. Forecast, fair to occasionally cloudy with a few scattered showers. Synopsis, a weak ridge pattern will be the dominant across the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
SVG-TV Sports, sponsored by Remax Results Realty.
Remax Results Realty proudly presents Eagles Lodge, an attractive triple apartment residence. Each floor boasts a large kitchen, spacious bedrooms with en-suites, open living areas, and private entrances and balconies. This 23,000 square foot treat property is fully fenced with a private gated entrance. For additional information, we invite you to visit our website at svghomesandland.com or call our offices in Diamond, 784-456-2016.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that Jamaica's World Under-20 double sprint gold medalist Brianna Williams will face an anti-doping disciplinary hearing in the coming weeks after testing positive for a banned substance. We hear more in this TVJ report.
TVJ Sports sources on Tuesday confirmed that Brianna Williams' B sample has confirmed the A sample as being positive for the banned diuretic hydrochlorothiazide. Both those samples were tested at the WADA-accredited lab in Montreal, Canada. Hydrochlorothiazide is a diuretic used by some athletes to lose weight or mask the use of anabolic steroids. Pending a disciplinary hearing, Williams, who clocked a yet-to-be-ratified national junior record of 10.94 seconds to place third in the 100 meters at the National Senior Trials, could now miss the IAAF World Championships in Doha, Qatar between September 27 and October 7. Contacted by TVJ Sports Tuesday afternoon, Canadian-based sports attorney Dr. Emir Crown confirmed he had been retained to represent young Williams in the case, but expressed disappointment that details of her case was in the public domain.
This is one of those matters that, because we're dealing with a minor and because there was no, at least, communication to the athlete about the B sample, that the very public revealing of her adverse A sample finding, that shouldn't have been released till at least there was a positive confirmation of the B sample. And again, we're dealing with a minor here. It wouldn't have been anyone's preference for her name to be bandied about before there was any such public finding, at least with respect to her B sample.
When contacted by telephone Tuesday morning, Alexander Williams, who chairs the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, declined comment on any doping matter. Crown intends to argue that the banned substance was contained in a contaminated over-the-counter medication for a cold and flu, which was declared on her doping control form.
I can confirm that we have done independent tests on and over-the-counter cold medication that the athlete took. And the independent test confirmed the presence of a diuretic, and the diuretic was not listed amongst the ingredients in that cold medicine.
It is understood that the matter will now be heard by the local independent anti-doping disciplinary panel. Under the World Anti-Doping Agency and IAAF rules, the athlete is facing the possibility of a maximum 4-year ban for a first offense if she is found guilty.
It is genuinely a case where she bears, I would suggest, no fault at all in the situation, for something that was beyond her control, but beyond anyone's control, really. There was no way to know that a diuretic would find its way into over-the-counter cold medicine.
Keon Reyna reporting for TVJ Sport.
Kimo Paul has returned to the West Indies squad for their second and final test against India, though there is no place for Chris Gayle. Windies all-rounder Paul was forced to sit out the first test, which India won by 318 runs due to an ankle injury, but will be fit to feature at Sabina Park on Friday. However, Gayle, who had performed a retirement U-turn earlier this year and insisted he wanted to play in the series against India, has not made the 13-man squad. Paul has replaced Miguel Cummings, which Shane Dorish has been ruled out for the rest of the second test with an ankle problem. West Indies squad to face India in full reads: Jason Holder, captain; Craig Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Shamar Brooks, John Campbell, Roston Chase, Rakeem Cornwall, Jameer Hamilton, Shannon Gabriel, Shimron Hetmeyer, Shai Hope, Kimo Paul, and Kimar Roach. Seamer Kimar Roach has moved up to the top 10 of International ICC's Cricket Council's bowling rankings, despite West Indies' heavy drumming on Sunday in the opening test against India. The 31-year-old bowled outstandingly to end the contest at Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Ground in Antigua with 5 wickets, and was rewarded with a leap of 3 places to 8th. Roach was magnificent in the first innings, taking 4 wickets, and took only 1 in India's second innings of 343 for 7 declared, despite another superb exhibition of seam bowling. Part-time off-spinner Roston Chase, who finished with a 6-wicket haul after sending down 54 overs, has risen to 45th to 38th. Captain Jason Holder has slipped to 11th, while fellow paceman Shannon Gabriel is down to 16th, after picking up 2 and 4 wickets respectively in the Antigua Test. Australian Pat Cummins remains at the pinnacle of the unchanged top rankings, that South African Kigo Rabada second and veteran England seamer Jimmy Anderson in third. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Tourism is for me, tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business, yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Come with me. Let's take a drive to the windward side of mainland St. Vincent and the Grenadines to experience an unspoiled tropical paradise. Elegance, style, class, and ambiance, all waiting for you at the Spring Garden Resort. Just 5 minutes away from the Argyle International Airport, the Spring Garden Resort offers 27 spacious rooms and 3 all-inclusive studio apartments surrounded by lush tropical foliage and impeccable views of the Caribbean Sea. The Spring Garden Resort is the perfect setting for your most memorable occasions, from weddings to birthday parties, from business meetings to personal retreats. Great for kids too. Escape for a day, a weekend away, or make reservations for an extended stay. You're always welcome, anytime. The Spring Garden Resort welcomes you with open arms.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Because we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
Welcome back. An 11-member St. Vincent and Grenadines volleyball team left here today for the Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Association's Under-21 Men's Zonal Championship, scheduled for Antigua and Barbuda from today to the 2nd of September. The team received additional training over the last 2 weeks with Francisco Cruz Jimenez, Trinidad and Tobago national coach, currently in St. Vincent for 3 months as part of the 5 Sports Development Coaching Support Project. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is the defending champion and will come up against Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia and St. Kitts and Nevis. The team plays its first game tomorrow at the YMCA St. John's. Master champion Tiger Woods is seeking an October return after revealing he had a knee operation last week. The 43-year-old, who ended an 11-year wait for his 15th major in April, said arthroscopic surgery repaired minor cartilage damage in his left knee. The world number 8 hopes to play in the PGA Tour new event in Japan, the Zozo Championship, from the 24th to the 27th of October. Woods, one short of Sam Snead's 82 PGA Tour wins, has had 4 previous knee operations and 4 back surgeries. After winning his 5th Masters title in April, Wood dismissed the cut at the PGA Championship and Open. He withdrew from this month's Northern Trust shortly before his tee time, citing a mild strain, but returned for the BMW Championship. However, his 37th place finish meant he did not qualify for the Tour Championship finale, which he won the year before to end a 5-year spell without a PGA title. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Don't go away.
SVG-TV Sports was sponsored by Remax Results Realty.
Remax Results Realty proudly presents this lovely cul-de-sac home in Cane Garden, boasting a pool, large lot with loads of fruit trees, and a great sea view. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths up, and 2 bedrooms, 3 baths on the ground level, 2 spacious kitchens, and so much more. For additional information, we invite you to visit our website at svghomesandland.com or call our offices in Diamond at 784-456-2016.
Do you suffer from pain in your back, knees, or joints and need effective pain relief? Get your life back with Omega XL, a natural, safe, anti-inflammatory supplement. This small soft gel has up to 22 times more omega-3 free fatty acids than fish oil and is backed by 30 years of clinical research.
I can just tell you from my experiences, there's nothing like this Omega XL.
Live the life you deserve and get the relief you need. Get Omega XL now at your local pharmacy.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grungs 453-2089.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. CTO Caribbean Sustainable Conference officially opens here today with an appeal for the further development of community-based tourism. Political commentator expresses concern that TNT loose definition of sedition opens the door for serious civil rights abuse. Queen approves UK government request to suspend Parliament ahead of Brexit deadline. And in sports, Jamaican sprint star tests positive for banned drug. On behalf of all of here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Barvin Oliver. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also, tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 weekdays. So have a good evening.
hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnisville. Call 453-9000.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great and beyond. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal. Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for life.
Give your kids a new start this term with back-to-school deals from Quartz. Save big with great deals store-wide. Get desktop, laptops, tablets, backpacks, and so much more. Get it all now with Quartz Ready Finance with nothing down and nothing to pay for 30 days. Get a new start back to school with great deals from Quartz. Bringing value home.